Table class. In the last week, we were discussing from third chapter, wherein the Yamadutas, having gone to Yamaraj, have reported saying that if you don't bring them and
Hare Krishna.
authority would be see somebody else came and challenged your authority. And more than that, you're supposed to do. So then Yamaraja asks, who are they and what did they do? They already told 4 beautiful looking 4-armed personalities. And when Ajamila chanted Narayana, they came and they challenged us and they released Ajamila saying that we are following Adharma. So unless until you bring them and punish them in front of us, will not continue as your servants and will lie immediately. But on the other hand, hearing the word Narayana, Yamaraja kind of remembered his bhakti towards Lord Narayana. And then he immediately tried to inform the power and potency of Lord Vishnu. He was talking about Lord Vishnu. Don't think that I am the supreme controller, but above me, Lord Vishnu is the supreme controller. Under him only, what to speak of me? Even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all other devatas such as Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu are also operating under his control. And we are all simply following his instructions, just like the Vedas, by giving designations to different people, controls them. Similarly, we are all controlled by him. By giving the designation that as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Devata, Sage, human being, like that. So that is what it is. So the Yamaduta says that is okay. Lord is there, he is powerful, we all accept that. But who are these 4 people? Then Yamaraja said that these are the servants of the same Supreme Lord. Just like the Lord is so powerful, his servants are also so powerful. Their authority cannot be checked by any one of us. Then why are they acting like this? If they are servants of Lord Vishnu, they are supposed to protect Dharma, establish Dharma. But why are they acting adharmic way? Then Yamaraja said that no, don't think that. Dharma is so simple to understand. What do you need is only one portion of Dharma. The actual nuance of Dharma is very difficult to understand. Me, as Yamaraja, and then Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and all other devatas cannot understand what the Dharma is. How and why the Lord acts the way he acts. It is very difficult for us to decipher that. And then if no one can understand about Dharma, does Dharma exist? Is Dharma something Dharma is there or not? So then Yamaraja says that yes, Dharma is there, but it is not easily understood by people in general. Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. So whatever Lord speaks, whatever Lord enacts, and whatever Lord teaches, that is actually Dharma. And that cannot be understood by ordinary people like us. Navai Vidur Rishayo Napi Deva. The Rishis and Devatas cannot understand. Then what to speak of Siddhamukya, Asura, Manushya, Vidyadhara, other Devatas? What to speak of other people? The great sages and supreme, the great controller Devatas cannot understand. What to speak of others? They cannot understand. So then who will understand? The Dharma is there, somebody to follow, somebody to understand. And then Yamaraja says that there are 12 Mahajanas. They understand the Dharma according to their capacity to understand. So then Yamaraja says that Swayambur Narada Shambhu Kumaro Kaplo Manu Pralado Janako Bhishma Balir Vayasaki Vayam. These are the 12 Mahajanas. Here he says that his name at the end. He keeps his name at the end, saying that among all these 12 people, I am the last person, or I am the person who knows least about Dharma. All other people know actually more. And in spite of knowing about Dharma, We did not speak it very openly. Even the books written by us, even the instruction given by us, they keep this dharma, paramadharma, guhyam. It is supposed to be kept very seriously. Even Lord Krishna, who speaks about this dharma in Bhagavad Gita, keeps it secret. He himself says that this is very secret. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, Pavitram, Domatmam. Though he speaks in the 9th and 10th chapters about this dharma, but still he keeps it confidential. So even there also, then Sarvadharman Paritejya Mamekam Sharanam. In 2 verses he says things for these 2 verses. So they say that since it is very confidential and it is pure in its nature and it is very difficult to understand, and one who understands it attains Amrutva immediately. So it is the nature of Dharma. Then Smrutaha Bhakti Yogo Bhagavati Tannama Grahanadibi. This Dharma starts with taking the holy name of the Supreme Lord, Shravanam, Kirtanam, etc. It is the supreme object for the human beings living in this world. Etavan eva loka asmin with Yamadutas, that why this dharma is the
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Haribol Babuji, can't hear you, can't see the screen.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
okay.
Mataji, are you able to see the screen?
Hare Krishna, I can't hear also. We can't see the screen also. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay. So this is where we stopped, and we just briefly discussed. But 23rd, we'll continue from 23rd onwards. Namocharana Mahatmyam.
Namocharana Mahatmyam.
Hare Pashyata Putraka.
Hare Pashyata Putraka.
Ajamilopi Eneva.
Ajamilopi Yenaiva.
Mrityupashad Amunchata.
Mrityupashad Amuchyata. My dear servants, who are as good as my sons, just see how glorious is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The greatly sinful Ajamila chanted only to call his son, not knowing that he was chanting the Lord's holy name. Nevertheless, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, he remembered Narayan, and thus he was immediately saved from the ropes of death.
So here, why you want to find out some proof for the glories of this holy name or for the glories of this Bhakti, this Parodharma. The example is here only. In front of you, you see Ajamila, who is a sinnest of the sinner of the sinnest people. The next verse details will come. He himself, just by taking the name of the Supreme Lord, Namocharana Mahatmyam Are Pachataputraka. My dear sons, please see how it is, how powerful it is Bhakti. And how just by chanting the name of the Supreme Lord, Ajamila attained the highest perfection. The details will come in the next verse. So he says that how can the chanting only once Namavasa destroy all sins? Now you are saying Tannama Grahanadbi. This means that by chanting, hearing, and other process of bhakti, all sins are destroyed and a person attains liberation, not just chanting once. So when Yamaraja said Tannama Grahanadbi, just by taking the name of the Supreme Lord, see the effect in Ajamila. Ajamila was delivered from the Murti Pasha, and Ajamila eventually will attain liberation also. Because we saw in the previous chapter, later on Ajamila got 12 years. But this discussion must have happened immediately. Yamadutas must have gone immediately and they discussed. And Yamaraja is saying that he will attain liberation very soon. That is the power of holy name. So Yamadutas are asking, how can you say that? How can chanting the name of the Lord, that too also Namavasa, not directly indicating Lord? He is chanting the name of his son. How can he attain liberation? They are expressing their doubt. Vishnu Dutas. Oh, rat ka?
One of the jungle on the outskirts of the village kind of temple था. People were doing deep dive there, and he entered there with the hope that कुछ खाने को मिलेगा. And they were doing deep dive, so he was told, "आप भी करो करके." And he did deep dive. You know ना that story.
No, continue.
And then and they say after that, back home, and he didn't have a place, that is why he stayed in the temple itself. और उसी night को there was a thunderstorm, and because of that something fell on him, this guy, and he left the body. He went to Yamapuri, and he was ordered जो भी उसका देख के चित्र, then he was ordered to put in the boiling oil, that person. उसको लेके गए, उसको डालना boiling oil.
यमलोक में.
हाँ, and then फिर दौड़ते हुए आए यमराज के पास कि ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ. This is very astonishing thing has happened that हमने अभी जिनको भी डाला सब, मतलब they had to suffer, but here the oil became very cool like cold water, and nothing has happened to this person. How can you have given order and how this has happened? Then again चित्रगुप्त was told कि see the account, कुछ तो उसका पुण्य रहेगा करके ऐसे. Then he was चित्रगुप्त ने देख के बोला कि कुछ भी नहीं किया जिंदगी में, but only thing मरने के पहले एक रात इसने एक रात किया था विष्णु मंदिर में करके. Because of that पुण्य he has escaped the punishment in the Yamapuri. तो फिर नारद जी उधर आए, उन्होंने कहा कि उसका इतना पाप था, उसका एक उतना ही फल मिला. यमपुरी कैसे क्या क्या punishment मिलता है. He got to see that, but he don't have to face that like that. So as I was remembering, that is another example where you know, but उसको यमपुरी जाना पड़ा था, but नाम के इससे he didn't have to go and he went back to it. So this person also, मतलब ऐसा और एक बार हुआ. It is often quoted by many acharyas.
Yeah, that is like that. Many stories are there in Kartika Mahatmya. There is a discussion about many such great stories. By doing small thing also they attend huge. That's what we also advertise here. Even temple construction also, if you offer Lakshmi equivalent to one brick, your home in the spiritual world is constructed. They are all there, but they all to indicate the power. Even if you do little bhakti, the process of bhakti is so powerful, it can do anything. It can do miracle. Like Azamila case also, he chanted the Lord's names, but then what happened? But still, he has been given second chance. He had to work hard. It is not that one time if you do, you will get everything. If somebody has already done something, only little bit is remaining. Because of that, one has to take birth. And in that lifetime, apparently, if you see, he is doing all the sinful activities, but at the end, there is one tip of the iceberg. He did it and he attained perfection. So there can be some exceptions like that also.
Case is a solid example. Only by that name he went back to Vaibhav.
He practiced.
He worked on the Vidhumadhav temple में 12 साल मेहनत किया, साधना किया, like that. But again, like what we were discussing, I was thinking that time also that so many people, why it is called Guya, like so many people will hear, out of that how many will practice, with how much Shraddha they will practice, sincerity they will practice, and then really how much will achieve the result. So I was thinking, मतलब process तो है, लेकिन उसका उपयोग करके how many really will go back, because काफी सारे ifs and buts are there now.
No, actually, here Shastra, whenever you see, Shastra talks about the highest example, the highest ideal status. So within that, we have different gradations. So like Lord Rama is called as Maryada Purushottam. Can we imitate Lord Ram? We can't. But that is what is expected, ideal behavior of expected ideal behavior. So Lord himself can do, so he himself established. And Mahaprabhu is also called as Vairagya Pradhana. So to that extent, Vairagya practice karna bhi bahut mushkil hai. So it's like that. So they show the highest limit. So within that, we'll practice as much as we can do. Just like they are showing highest examples, Shastra talks about the power of bhakti to the highest capacity. What bhakti can give. And even devotees also, what they can tolerate to the maximum capacity. The way Prahlad Maharaj tolerated, the way Pandavas tolerated, others cannot tolerate. Shastra gives ideal examples. So looking at them, we should not feel sorry, or we should not give up. Not like, even in that condition also they could follow. That means there is a hope for others also. So we have to see the positive aspect. So now in this verse, Yamaraja will tell, even though Ajamila is so hopeless case, but holy name is so powerful, all hopelessness can be eradicated and one can get the hope. So that Yamaraja will say now. Etavatalam maga nirhanaya pumsham Sankirtanam Bhagavato Gunakarmanam Vikrishya Putra Magavan Yadajamilopi Narayane Timriyamanayaya Muktim. The attentive chanting of the names, pastimes, qualities of the Lord, Nama Guna Leela, destroys the sins of man. But even attentive chanting is not necessary. Chanting the Nama Rupa Gunalila about the Lord destroys everything. Even attentive chanting is also not required. Even Nama Bhasa is also more than enough. Sinful Ajamila, crying out for his son, uttered Narayana while dying and still attained liberation. Narayana iti Mriyamana Iyaya Muktim. At the time of death, Narayana, he chanted Narayana. As of now, he was freed from Yamapash. He was freed from the sinful reactions and death, etc. But eventually will attain liberation. That is the power of holy name, which is one of the nine angas of bhakti. Chanting intently the names and qualities of the Lord destroys sins of man. The word alam indicates that even this is not necessary. If one chants only one among all the Lord's names and not perfectly, all sins are destroyed. Lord has unlimited names since he is Ananta. It is not that one has to chant all the names. Even one name is sufficient. Even that one name also not necessarily be so perfect. Even imperfectly one chants, that is also perfect. Even example is Ratnakar. He was not able to chant Rama also. Nardamatri chant Mara. He chanted Mara, 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 Mara. It became Rama, Rama, Rama eventually. That is also okay. Still okay. This Lord is Bhavagrahi Janardana. So, because Ajamila cried out, not perfectly chanting, and he called for his son named Narayana, not to the Lord. In case of Ajamila, apparently if you see, there is no qualification. Even if he chanted Narayana, also it is his son's name, and that too out of fear of death. It is not indicating the Lord, and not out of bhakti, not out of anything. He is a sinful person, not even a pious person. How can he get liberation? One can say. He was sinful, not at all pure. He was an infamous sinner. See, here, this is one point I was reading in the morning. See, if a person up from low caste, low background, sinful background, if the whole family culture is like that, if he does some sinful activity, it's okay. What can be done? He has been born and brought up in that upbringing. So that is natural. That is what he will do. When Nardamuni asked Ratnakara, why are you doing like this, half killing the animals? He said, my father taught me this much only. I am doing the same. This is our family occupation. One would say like that. But Ajamila is not like that. He was born in a very nice aristocratic family. And for him to come to this point is not at all expected thing. No one can think even the dreams also. If such a nice gentleman like Ajamila in the nice pious Brahmana family can become like this, no one would have imagined. So like that. That's why he said that he was an infamous sinner. If somebody else becomes sinner like this, that is okay. Anticipated. What kind of circumstances are like that. But Ajamila becoming like this, it is not even expected. Because he was not just some Shudra sinner. He was a perfect Brahmana boy. He chanted while suffering the pains of death, not with controlled mind. We are always told that Savai Mana Krishna Padaravinda yor. Yenakena prakarena Mana Krishna Niveshet. Somehow or other control the mind. When mind is wandering here, bring the mind back and focus on the chanting, chanting the names. So we were told like that. He was not doing all these things. He was simply chanted casually, not casually, out of fear of death. And he attained liberation, not just destruction of sins. So one may say that by taking the Lord's holy name, by performing some pious activities, our the sinful reaction will be eradicated. But it is not like that. For him, he is attaining liberation now. So in that way, this is the meaning of Tannama Grahanadibi. Nama Grahan Adibi means not only Nama, accepting the performing all other activities of bhakti. Any activity of bhakti one performs, this is what can happen. Even for Ajamila, who is hopeless case, it can happen to him. Then why not for others who have some hope, who are not so unqualified like Ajamila? So to give us that hope, this pastime comes in the Bhagavatam. So there are so many references. Shravanam Kirtanam Dhyanam Hare Radbhuta Karmana Janma Karma Gunanam Cha Tadarte Kila Cheshtitam. One should always chant and hear about the extraordinarily wonderful activities of the Supreme Lord. One should meditate upon these activities and one should endeavor to please the Supreme Lord. If you remember Bhagavad Gita chapter 8, text number 5 is chapter 8, text number 5. Antakale cha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram ya prati sadmadvavam nadi atra samshaya. The next verse, 6th verse. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajati ante kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya tadbhava bhavita. Uska next verse. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu maha manusmara yudhachapa. Lord Krishna says that Tasma, therefore, at all times, because we don't know when death comes. Death can come anytime. Uska pehle what is told? Sada tadbhava bhavita. Whatever you do, whatever contemplation you do regularly, that is the contemplation you remember at the time of death, and that is what you will attain in the future. It's like 3 points. Whatever we do now, we remember at the time of death, that is what we get in the future life. 3 states. That's what Lord Krishna says. Tasma sarveshu kalesh. Therefore, at all time, at all places, ma manusmara, remember me, and yuddhacha. For Arjuna, it is yuddha. For others, perform our duties. So then in the next lines, he says that you will come to me. If you do this, you will come to me without any doubt. So therefore, again, same thing here. One should always chant and hear about the extraordinarily wonderful activities of the Supreme Lord, Adbhuta Karmana, Hare Adbhuta Karmana, and should meditate upon these activities. Tasma Sarvesh Kaleshu Mam Anusmara, Smaranam. And one should endeavor to please the Supreme Lord by performing other activities such as Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedam, etc. So in that way, it is like that. So we should do Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, all these things eventually, so that we'll be able to do Smaranam. Smaranam is the ultimate process of bhakti. We should come to that point ultimately. If we do that during our lifetime, so we'll be able to do the same thing at the time of death. So one will get the corresponding blessing.
He was calling his son, Narayan, Vaibhav. That is why he remembered.
No. If you take, if the like that, we may say he's already devotee. Ajamila case, we should see it from neutral point of view. He was chanting the name of the son only. But end में भी son का ही किया था. But Vishnudas, the point is that Vishnudas did not took him to Vaikuntha immediately. This MM Vapi Smaran Bhavam, he did in the next 12 years. He was given the second chance so that he can rectify himself. So the other chanting already internally purified him, but it did not show up in the external manifestation. He did not stop performing sinful activities, even after naming his son Narayana. For the last 1 year, I would say, the son may be about 1 year old. Last 1 year, he was doing same sinful activities only. From that point of view, the name did not show any effect upon him, even though he's chanting Lord's name. But he did everything in the background.
I was thinking, so what he did, those are material parties. Whatever Brahmanical activities he was performing, that was not the Brahmana's activity.
No, still in that also there is bhakti inherently in every Brahmanical activity. Yeah, bhakti as the secondary element is there. Even chanting the Vedas or performing any Archana Paddhati and all. In that also
So
the
that
Vishnu.
also has to play in his.
No, we don't have to get into all the way up to that. Yeah, that also can have some role to play. And his parents also might have prayed for his well-being. That is also there. And here this chapter focuses on chanting the name of the Lord. He was chanting the name of the Lord unknowingly, unintentionally, since the time the child was born. So that did everything. And that chanting, the continuous chanting of Lord's name calling his son, allowed him to remember Lord's name again at the time of death.
And that was
Unknowingly.
That is why it became
This is called
our
Ajna
own
Sukriti.
offense.
Ah. Yeah, because he never knew about somebody's devotee and he never did anything against someone, thinking that they are devotees.
Because that's a different case. I would be free like that. If someone knowingly does that, then
That
is
becomes
offense.
seventh and ninth offense. If anybody does knowingly, that's why it is called here. Everything is called anamabas.
Yeah.
It will become aparad, namaparad. If we knowingly we do, it becomes namaparad. Ajamila case is namabas because he does not know only that he is doing bhakti and he should not offend Vaishnavas. He does not know that only. Tasma sankirtanam Vishnur Jagan Mangalam Amhasam Mahatamapi Kauravya Vidya Aikantika Nishkrutam. This will come later in the same chapter. This Yamaraja says, O descendant, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, O descendant of the Gurus, please understand that intense chanting of Lord's name, auspiciousness for the universe, is the ultimate atonement for greatest sin. Jagan Mangalam, even for the entire universe, only holy name can bring auspiciousness. We perform, na? Holy name for peace, holy name week for peace, for world peace. Even chanting the holy name brings auspiciousness all over the world. Even in first canto, in one of the purports in the 7th chapter, Prabhupada writes that we have started this movement because we want to keep the mode of goodness intact, even in some pockets of the world. The entire world, there is a surge of mode of passion, mode of ignorance. The passion and ignorance are growing very fast. The entire atmosphere is filled with mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Somewhere there should be some goodness retained. The places like this holy pilgrimage places where Lord's names are continuously chanted, the activities for the pleasure of the Lord are continuously performed. At least in that area, mode of goodness is preserved, and it can permeate other places also. In that way, at least some mode of goodness will be retained. Otherwise, the world is filled with mode of passion ignorance, who will not be able to see mode of goodness at all. So in that way, that's why it is called Jagan Mangalam. So that's why devotees go out for Harinam Sankirtan once in a while, so that the ether can be purified, the overall atmosphere can be purified to some extent. That's why Satya Yuga means it is pure place, goodness, because everywhere everyone is doing same thing, bhakti activities. Kali Yuga, very few are doing bhakti activity. That's why limited places are in the mode of goodness, majority is in the mode of passion and ignorance. So in that way. Hare Krishna, Shvetaganga Mataji and Preeti Mataji, you are able to hear us?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, we can hear.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu, can hear you.
Okay. If some of you have any question, you can stop us.
No. Sure,
No
Prabhu.
question. Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, means qualities.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela.
By that, so it is not only about quality together.
All.
So all are equally potent. It's not that Harinam those are also to be.
See, bhakti is consisting of multifarious activities, but for everyone to do all the activities is very difficult. Everyone cannot do Guna Kirtan. Everyone cannot do bhajans. Everyone cannot give Bhagavatam classes. And everyone may not be able to do deity worship also so much.
Many people have seen, even though they read Bhagavatam, they hardly But
one thing everyone can do, two things actually everyone can do is, one is hearing, second one is chanting. That's why Srila Prabhupada and Acharya has promoted this. With these two can be done easily by everyone. Kirtan, Japa, and Shravanam. These are for masses.
Because always I have that confusion that if only name can take us back to Godhead, then why to study so much? And why means if it doesn't have any place or standing, only holiness is equipped to take us back. Then why to do other processes? So Hamisha that confusion
No,
is
not
there
like
in
that.
my life.
If one can do all, one should do. But for those who cannot do, at least do this much. Shravanam karo. And satsang program जब भी है श्रवणम करो and कीर्तन and जप करते रहो. इतना भी इतना this much is also okay. This is a concession. Not that this is only end. One should do as much as possible other things according to one's capacity. If one cannot, now that yes, Mata Shvedaka Mata, you are trying to say something?
Prabhuji just wanted to say, Madhavi Gopi Mataji, whenever she talks, can we also hear? Because then we understand what she's talking and asking. It helps us to understand better.
Okay. Audio is very low, na?
I can hear you, Prabhuji, very clearly. But Madhavi Mataji, whenever she asks questions, it is not very clear. We can't make out what she's saying.
यहाँ तक नहीं पहुंच रहा है इसलिए थोड़ा.
If it is possible,
You
Prabhuji.
can come little close by. So that okay. Okay, Mataji, I'm calling them close by, so you'll be able to hear them also.
Thank
No
you very much.
We'll continue. So there is one more verse from 4th canto, 23rd chapter. This is the Falashruti verse of Prithu Maharaj. After Prithu Maharaj and his divine wife, Mother Archi, both of them went back to Godhead. Maitreya Rishi gives a Falashruti. He says that whoever with great reverence and adoration regularly reads, chants, and describes the history of Maharaj Prithu's activities will certainly increase unflinching faith and attraction for the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. The Lord's lotus feet are the boat by which one can cross the ocean of nescience. Bhagavati Bhavasindu Pota Pade. Bhagavati Pade. The lotus feet of the Supreme Lord is Bhavasindu Pota. Pota means boat. It is a boat, suitable boat to cross the Bhavasindu. Sacha Nipunnam Labete Ratim Manusha. When one can do continuous reading, hearing, and discussing pastimes such as Prithu Maharaj and other devotees, that hearing and chanting will act like the boat. Or by such hearing and chanting, one develops rati for the lotus of the Supreme Lord, which acts like the boat for crossing the ocean of middle distance. So in that way, whether we hear about the Lord or Lord's devotees, both are equally potent. That is also said in the Bhagavatam. These statements show that in many angas of bhakti, one should have complete faith. It is not that only on one anga of bhakti acts, only chanting acts, not like that. Any activity among the bhakti have equal potency. This is stated to increase the prema in those who have no offenses and to destroy the offenses of those who have offenses. So when we hear the glories of different angas of bhakti, people who does not have any like looking down upon something, anyway they have respect for all the angas of bhakti, their love for bhakti will increase. And for those who have some kind of mentality of looking down and upon other process, no chanting is the supreme process, other process, those are performing others, since they cannot do chanting continuously, they are doing that. Somebody may think like that, there is offensive mentality, that will be rectified. So like, when we hear the potency of other processes, that kind of mentality will be removed in that way. Evam dharma anushana muddhavatmani niveditam mai sanjataye bhakti konyardo syavasiyate. This Lord Krishna speaks to Uddhava in the 11th canto. These constitute actual religious principles by which those human beings who have actually surrendered themselves to me automatically develop love for me. What other purpose or goal could remain for my devotee? Those devotees who understand the importance of 9 angas of bhakti and execute them, there is nothing else to attain for my devotees. That is more than enough, because any of the 9 angas can give them the highest perfection. Here bhakti means prema. By saying what other purpose, Lord excludes liberation. That means by executing one of these 9 angas of bhakti, one attains Krishna prema. If one attains Krishna prema, then why does he look for moksha, Sahajya mukti? They will don't look for. There is no use of thinking about Sahajya mukti or going to Swarga and all like that. Lord says. Therefore, nama parada yuktanam namani eva harantyagam avishranti prayuktani tani evartha karanani cha. He says that the names of the Lord destroy the sin of those who have committed offenses to the name. By tireless chanting of the names, prema will appear. Even if somebody performs nama parada chanting, but continuous chanting will eradicate all the sins committed by one, all the aparada, nama paradas. So eventually one will attain Krishna prema. Then it says that papakshayascha bhavati smaratam tam aharnicham. One can become free from all sinful reactions and attain prema simply by remembering the lotus feet of the Lord day and night. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu ma marsmara vidyata. So one should do continuously bhakti. Then one attains prema. The word cha in the above quote means prema as well as destruction of the sins. This story shows that by chanting namabhasa once, one attains destruction of sins, the desire for sin, and the root of desire, ignorance. So what was that? Bhavesmin Krishnamananam avidya kama karmabi. Karma, kama, and then avidya. All these three will be destroyed. Karma means sinful activities, vikarma, sin, and desire to perform sin, kama, and then avidya, ignorance of one's connection with the Supreme Lord. All three will be destroyed, even by chanting namabhasa once. As well as one attains Sahyajya, Salokya, Sarishti, Samipya, and Sarupya. Any of the 5 liberations, according to the desire of the devotee, one will attain by continuous chanting of the Lord's holy name. But namabhasa, not namavarada. There is nothing, can't. That's what now Lord Brahma says that you have given mother's position to Putana. What is there in your hands to give to all the Praja ladies and cows? Kim nu gavanu matara. For the cows and for the mothers, the elderly ladies of the Vrindavan, what is there for you to give? You already given to Putana only mother's position. What? I mean, I'm really astonished what you will be giving them like that. With the gopis he said, Naparameham nirvati samyujam sasadu krutyam vibudayush apiva. Even if I get Vibhuda Ayusha, the Brahma's Ayush, I can't repay you. May you be satisfied with what you have done. Not any other position. It's not. See, there is one thing. One is actually mother, other one is like mother like. So a person cannot have 10 mothers. Person can only have one mother. But the 10 mothers can show the same affection the mother has for child. Who said like that? If she does not have that motherly affection, then why would she get the position?
So she got that diabetes.
Actually, Sri Vishnu Chakravarti says that she attained this position in Aishwarya Goloka, not in Madhurya Goloka. See, basically, it's like, yes, she did not have the love and affection that Mother Yashoda and other elderly Vraja ladies have for Lord Krishna. That is true. But since somehow when Lord appeared as Vamana and went to Bali Maharaj, see, go one step behind. In this life, she was Putana. In her previous life, she was Ratnamala, either sister or daughter of Bali Maharaj. That time she developed a बच्चा को देख के that small boy, Vamana that too, so small boy. So she felt like a mother. Let me have a son like this. So उनका मन में इच्छा तो प्रकट किया था. So भगवान इच्छा को पूरा कर दिया. So she has got, मतलब this love is instantaneous. It is not cultivated over a long period of time. The Lord has given such kind of position in a Aishwarya Goloka, where she was in a position where she will be having that opportunity to display her motherly affection toward the Lord. She may not have so much spontaneous love for the Lord, but since she is in that position, she will have to do it. There is no other way. So it's like that.
Supposed to love, but I don't have love. So
But in her previous life, she had some affection. She wanted to have a son like that. Now Lord has become hers. So Lord has put her in a position where she can exhibit that love for the Lord. And that is also, Chakravarti says that it is Aishwarya Goloka, not exactly in Goloka Vrindavan. There is a secondary Aishwarya Goloka where that Aishwarya is Pradhana. The Lord is treated as the Lord. So in that way. उसके लिए we need to work hard.
For that, we need to have.
So now there is another. Any devotees have any question from online?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, what is this Aishwarya Golok? Is it the Vaikuntha planets or within Golok, within Vrindavan?
Yeah,
Golok
Aishwarya
also?
Goloka, I would say it is Dwaraka.
Okay.
So instead of Raja, we can say it as Dwaraka. Dwaraka is like where there is a mixture of Aishwarya and Madhurya. Both flavors are there.
Okay.
Just like we have mothers in Dwaraka also. We have Devaki. Rohini is also there. And Vasudeva had 17 or 18 wives. So although the 18 wives are also treating Lord Krishna as their son. They are all like same husband, and so they were all treating Krishna as son. And every wife of Vasudeva also had many, no, not other children. I want trying to say that when they were married, when they came in after marriage to in-laws home, along with her, many of her maid servants, many of her friends, whom they would treat them like friends, they would have come. And they also had affection towards Krishna like a mother. So in that way we can see. Like we see here, not 10th kind of first chapter, when Devaki was married to Vasudeva, Devaka sent 200 girls. Prabhupada write them as maid servants. They were treated by her like friends only. They are like grown up together. They were all, but since it is normal customary that when the girl will go to in-laws home, they will also accompany her. So they will also treat their princess children as their children. They will also take care of the children regularly. So in that way.
Okay.
So Putana also might have been kept in such position where she will treat the Lord as a son. So in that way.
Thank you.
Why is it that the land do not generally teach the best of all dharmas? So the Madhutta are asking, if this is the case, abhi tannama grahanadbi, Lord ka just by taking the name of the Lord, Ajamila is attaining liberation. Why it is not told everyone by everyone? Why everyone is not talking about this? which easily gives liberation. I mean, once if you take even if one chants like Ajamila, one time Nama Bhaskara, if they are getting liberation, why it is not told to everyone? Why then everyone will go to Vaikuntha? Why no one will come to Narakaloka? Why it is not told? Worshipping the Lord by chanting His names. This is so simplest process. Nothing, not no hard work. Rather, the great sages, people of this world, they teach and perform Karma Yoga. They themselves perform Karma Yoga. They teach Karma Yoga. Great persons like Germany do not know. Yamaraja is saying that persons like Germany will not know. That's why they teach Karma Yoga, Karma Mimamsa. How is it that writers of scriptures do not know? How can you say that? Germany is writing book on Karma Mimamsa and he does not know about Bhakti. How can you say that? Then Yamaraja will reply. प्रायेण वेद तदिदं न महाजनोऽयम्
प्रायेण वेद तदिदं न महाजनोऽयम्
देव्या विमोहितमतिर्बतमाययालम्
देव्या विमोहितमतिर्बत माययालम्
त्रय्यां जडकृतमतिर्मधुपुष्पितायाम्
त्रय्यां जडकृतमतिर्मधुपुष्पितायाम्
वैतानिके महति कर्मणि युज्यमानः
वैतानिके महति कर्मणि युज्यमानः. Because they are bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yajnavalkya and Jaimini and other compilers of the religious scriptures cannot know the secret, confidential religious system of the 12 Mahajans. They cannot understand the transcendental value of performing devotional service or chanting the Hare Krishna mantra because their minds are attracted to the ritualistic ceremonies mentioned in the Vedas, especially the Yajurveda, Samaved, and Rigved. Their intelligence has become dull. Thus, they are busy collecting the ingredients for the ritualistic ceremonies that yield only temporary benefits, such as elevation to Swargalok for material happiness. They are not attracted to the Sankirtan movement. Instead, they are interested in Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha.
Other persons bewildered in intelligence by very powerful Maya, having material intelligence, engaging in great rituals with elaborate arrangements mentioned in the Vedas with flowery language, generally do not know this Dharma. Whatever that verse, second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yam imam pushpitam vacha pravadanti avipachita. Vedavada radhapartha na anyat asti iti vadina. They say that nothing more than this. Just perform karma, go to Sarga, enjoy some way, and perform karma, go to the Sarga. Such kind of people who are attracted by the flowery words of the Vedas cannot go deep into the Vedas and understand the true essence of the Vedas. Vedashi sarve ahameva vidya. That's what Yamaraja is saying. It is not that one easily understands. That's why it said Guhyam, Durbodham, Vishuddham. One cannot understand that easily. What is the real essence of the Vedic literatures? The powerful and learned are bewildered by Maya. What to speak of the fools being bewildered? Their intelligence is without discrimination because of absorption in three Vedas, which produce flowers of exaggerated results, which are very sweet. Going to Swarga, getting mystic siddhis and this, that, they are very attractive. People are attracted by such kind of promises. Therefore, they become involved in great sacrifices like Darsha, Paurnamasa with great effort, with elaborate materials, mantras and performances. There is no chanting of the name, which is easily done. Even today also, if you see, when we go for another, people say, ah, okay, okay. But when somebody is performing a elaborate yajna, oh, you know, wonderful it is, how great it was. Even today also, people get impressed by such kind of pompous arrangements, not by simple chanting. Even it is there, so it is not that something Was not there in the past. That's why it is Guhya. Externally, it seems to be like very simple, but it is very secret, topmost secret. So like that.
This journey
Mishra Bhaktas. Because they are teachers of a particular philosophy, they will teach. And some of them can become rigid also. People become strong with their opinion also, no? They say,
because they have that condition in this yoga.
Ah. that is true. There is nothing wrong in them also. They promote that. They are convinced.
One cannot promote something. They are also followers. But at the same time, कोई भी प्रोसेस काम नहीं करता है जब तक उसमें डिवोशन का पार्ट
Any process that has been recommended in the Vedas has an element of bhakti inbuilt in it. Without an element of bhakti, nothing is there. Unless until we ourselves have concocted a new method, which does not have any connection to the Vedic literatures.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so many things are there around us, which have no connection with the Vedic teachings. Such kind of things. एवं विमृश्य सुधियो भगवती अनन्ते सर्वात्मना विदधते खलु भावयोगम् ते मेन दण्डमर्हति अत यदमीशाम् कं तदपि हन्ति उरुगाय बाधा. So now, in the last 5 verses, Yamaraja will tell who can be brought to Yamaloka, who should not be brought to Yamaloka. These are 2 points will make clear. Considering in this way, the intelligent people accept Bhakti Yoga to be infinite. Accept Bhakti Yoga to the infinite Lord with their whole mind. Only the intelligent will accept. What was that verse from 11th canto? Mahaprabhu, in relation to Mahaprabhu's glorification, we changed this verse, no? Only the intelligent people will accept pranams, the process promoted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 11th canto it comes.
Krishnavarnam Tvisha Krishna
12th canto. Yes, Mataji.
Krishnavarnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yajna Sankirtana
Then?
Praye Yajanti hi Sumedasah.
Yanti Sumedasa. Krishnavarnam Tusha Krishnam Gopangam Upashadai
Sangopangastra.
and Virnai Prayer and he Sumedasa. Only the Sumedasa will follow this process given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in the same thing. Here the same thing. So only the intelligent people accept Bhakti and the Supreme Lord within their mind wholeheartedly. Others do not. And such kind of people cannot be punished by me. If they happen to commit sin, chanting the Lord's name destroy that sin. They are beyond my jurisdiction. Either me or all of you, my dear Yamabhatas, don't go that side. We are not authority upon them because they have already taken the Lord's name. Their authority has been changed.
And at other point,
Not aparada, sin.
may अपराध भी लिखा था ताकि मैं
That is only Nama aparad, not Vaishnava aparad, not other aparad. Only Nama aparad. Yeah.
most of the is not like that. That time. So
While chanting also can happen.
why? Because मुझे Bhakti देख के
See, but one thing, whatever it is, there are two things should be done: repentance and continuous chanting. And repentance means will become repentant and ask forgiveness, and then continuous chanting. When these two happens, they will be. That's why it is a na
even though
continuous. Tasma sarveshu.
we may have
One develops interest. Brahma had said, "My Lord, if one is favored even slight rays of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Lord are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. Atapite deva padambujadvayam prasada leshanu gurhita evahi janati tattam bhagavan mahimno nachanya ekopi chiran vichinam." Even for a long time, if one studies only Vedas, if they don't receive the mercy from your lotus feet, kuch hoga nahi. But even if a person not expert at studying the Vedas, if he has mercy of your lotus feet little bit also, he understands the essence and goes back to God. It's like that. Not by scholarship, but by mercy of the Vaishnavas or the Supreme Lord, one can go back to Godhead. Thus, the knowers of the scriptures do not know the truth about the Lord. People may know the scriptures, they may quote Shastra, they may recite the Vedas left and right, but since they don't have the mercy of the Lord, they don't know the Lord. But those who do not know the scriptures, but by obtaining the mercy of the Lord and becoming purified in intelligence, developing discrimination, worship the Lord. Those who get the mercy of the Lord, they engage in Lord's worship continuously and they attain perfection. Not simply by reading Vedas. Brahma Samhita prayer there na. Vedeshu adurlabam. Sir, Vedeshu durlabam adurlabam Atma Bhakta. It is not very difficult for the Atma Bhaktas, but it's very difficult for simply those who read the Vedas and who are proud of their scholarship. No. Sarvesham Vishnurevana Samshaya. Yajna means Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga will give you two options. By performing Karma Yoga properly, expertly, you can have two options. One is you can go to Swarga, you can nullify your piety and come back. Or use that piety to get into renounced order where you can practice Jnana or Ashtanga Yoga and then attain Sajjan. So the practice of Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga that need to be practiced. Without that, one cannot attain. Karma Yoga alone does not give one liberation, but Karma Yoga can give one qualification to practice Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga wholeheartedly, completely, with a sufficient purification of the heart. Karma Yoga can give you these two options. Either you accept the results with the amount of enjoyment, or use that endeavor to purify the heart, and so that you can practice Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga without any interruption. Yeah. So that's why we have two divisions, na? Sakam Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga. Sakama Karmis are those who, with a desire to go to Swarga, they practice the principles of the Vedas. And Nishkama Karma Yogis are who are decided, I want to attain Kaivalya or Moksha, so I will practice Nishkama Karma Yoga. And by default, at certain age, they'll take on to renunciation, they practice Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga. Yes. Yeah, again Shankaracharya, they become Mayavadis. Yeah, goal is Sahyamukti, but in the process they are rejecting the Lord's form, na? Mayavadi, Krishna, Aparadi. They don't accept Lord's Astitva. So then process is that we should not call it as Jnana Yoga. That is just Jnana. Yoga means element of Bhakti. When there is element of Bhakti, a secondary element, we should call it as Nishkama Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. If the Bhakti element is not there, it remains Nishkama Karma, Jnana, or Ashtanga Yoga. You cannot call it Yoga. So that way we have to say. Yoga means the element of Bhakti, the principle of Bhakti. No, externally they may accept, philosophically they reject. No, that's what our Chaitanya Charitamrita we read that no, they don't accept the form of the Lord. And nowadays you may see they are accepting in the sense apparently. Not even Paramatma. Yogis and they only focus on Brahman only. They mainly focus on Brahman. The Jnanis mainly focus on yogis, Ashtanga yogis. Brahman only. Even Ashtanga Yoga process, there are multiple variants because in we did now one course, Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga one course we did. Out of many processes, one process is meditating on Paramatma. It is not that every Ashtanga Yogi meditates on Paramatma. There are many other ways also. Hatha Yoga and all Ashtanga process, but they don't meditate on Paramatma. Only one category of Ashtanga Yogis meditate on Paramatma. Others, they meditate on something else. Some may meditate on the universe and they we like that same. You are only classical example. There should be only one doctor. Why there is nephrology, numerology, and not astral. Sorry, then we have so many branches. Na ENT is there, and that orthopedician is there, and then heart is there, and surgeon is different, and general medicine different. So many varieties in medicine also. So like that, I'm trying to say that it's not about the body. Like that, this universe has unlimited ways to provide. So people want the variety. Multiple. Different people come up with different means. Sorry. Thus, the knowers of the scriptures do not know the truth about the Lord, but those who do not know the scriptures by obtaining the mercy of the Lord and becoming purified intelligence, developing discrimination, worship the Supreme Lord. They attain quickly. Such persons worship the Lord with all their minds, Sarvatmana, not for the purpose of performing daily or occasional rites, the yajnas, etc. Not even occupying the part of his mind with these ideas. So it is not that they worship the Lord also, they also do other things. The devotee, even if one becomes devotee, full time, with full attention, will Sarvatmana Sharanam Sharanyam. So they do completely bhakti activities only. So like that. Not for the purpose of performing daily or occasional rites, not even occupying one part of his mind with these ideas. They are not to be punished for avoiding performance of daily or occasional rites of Karma Yoga. So here Yamaraja is saying that these devotees are like that kind of people. When they become devotees, they give up everything. They only practice bhakti. People say outside, आप लोग क्या कर रहे हैं भक्ति 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 कुछ फेस्टिवल नहीं ये नहीं वो नहीं कुछ December 31st नहीं January 1st नहीं. So they'll say, people say like that, what are you doing? What people are up to? हमेशा भक्ति 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 बोलते रहते. These regular festivals we don't perform, so the people will. And one may say that if you don't do all these things, Vedas say that if you don't perform all these things, you will go to hell. Yamaraja is saying that no problem. Even if they don't perform all these things, don't worry, don't go to them. Okay? They are not to be punished for avoiding performance of daily or occasional rites of Karma Yoga. If by accident they commit some forbidden acts, some sinful activities also, Kirtana destroy the sin. One thing is not performing Vedic rites. You should not go there. Even though they perform sin, don't go there. Does not matter. When they take up bhakti, they are beyond our jurisdiction. This is what Yamaraja is saying. Yamaraja is saying that don't go that side. Why? Because they are protected by Vishnu Duttas. Those 4 people came to you, na? These 4 people are always guarding all the devotees. You are getting any update?
No.
Ah.
He said, I will meet you. So he's standing outside.
You can come and sit inside. Come and sit inside. Prabhuji, please come. Please sit here. Hare Krishna. Okay, since anyway you are coming from outside, you had opportunity to go to temple hall?
No, I didn't try.
Yeah. In the screen, what they are showing in the screen?
They are showing the temple.
Darshan only. Maharaj did not come to the temple hall.
I was waiting over here sometime. So
That's
I don't
fine,
know.
but Maharaj did
When
not
I
come to
came,
the
Maharaj was not there.
Not there.
And
Even now
only
also,
the deities were shown on the screen.
Maharaj will come late. So no problem. You please sit. You take your seat. Te deva siddha parigita pavitra gata. Te sadava samadrusho bhagavat prapanna. तान्नोपसीदत हरेर्गदयापि गुप्तान् नैषां वयं न च वया प्रभवाम दण्डे. Yamaraja says that don't even look at that side. Because you may say that according to you, dharma means performing Vedic rituals, Vedic rites. They said in the beginning, this fellow did all this inflict, not even did any prachita. According to Yamadutas, if somebody does prachita, he's a pious person. And Jamila did not do anything. He was simply bowling. He said Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. And now Yamaraj is saying that don't even look at that side. They don't have to do other things. When they have taken to bhakti, that's all. They have done everything. He says that do not approach those who have surrendered to the Lord, who see everything equally, Samadrusho, who have proper conduct and who are praised with pure narrations by the Devatas and Siddhas, since they are protected by the club of the Lord. We, including Lord Brahma and time means Lord Shiva. We, including myself, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, do not have the power to punish them. If Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva does not have power to punish them, who am I? And who are you? No, never go to that side. At least this time, the Yamadutas, out of compassion upon you, did not harm you. If you once again go there, they will immediately kill you. So don't go that side. So like that, Yamaraja is actually telling. Whatever you have done up to this time can be left as it is by good fortune. From now on, please listen to what I instruct. What Yamaraja is saying, their pure narrations are recited by the Devatas. Whatever devotees perform, whatever little activities devotees perform here, the Devatas are singing their glories. In the past also we saw in the 5th canto, the Devata like beings who are living in the Bhauma Swarga, Divya Swarga, they are offering prayers. These people got birth in Bharatavarsha. They can practice bhakti and go back to Vaikuntha, and we have to stay here in Swarga for a long time. They are praying for bhakti in birth in Bharatavarsha. That's what Yamaraja is saying. They are protected by the they see equally the happiness and distress and suffering of themselves and others. These people don't consider mine and others. They see everyone equal. They see everyone as an Amsha of the Supreme Lord. So such kind of people are not supposed to be punished by us. They are protected by the club of the Lord. I think the servants of Lord Vishnu have forgiven you for your one offense today. This is your first offense. That's why you have been forgiven. If you do the same thing once again, the Vishnutas will not spare you. They will punish you. So better don't go that side. Then Yamaraja ask, where to go? Whom to bring? Brahmaji himself has, we say that 100 years are lifespan. What will happen after 100 years? ब्रह्मा जी को क्या होगा? See, from the good note, one may attend Brahmaji personalities will go back to Godhead. But from the material standpoint of view, he is died. For a devotee also, when they leave their body, we say he died. People in general, they say he died. From the normal common point of view, he died. But what happens after that is a different thing. Yeah, only for them also there is lifespan. How much it is for Yamaraja is 1 month. For Yamadutas, I don't know how much it is. Yeah, he is also Devatana. Devatas are live for 1 month. Devotees. These are the qualities of devotees. Others equally, yes. Brahmabhuta Prasannatma stage is for the Jnanis and Yogis. No, not that. Even while practicing Nishkam Karma Yoga, also they have that same mentality. That's why they are able to practice Nishkam Karma Yoga. Na? For anyone to practice Nishkama Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, these are the basic qualities. Without these qualities, it is very difficult to practice these sadhanas. Obviously, yeah, उनका process में भक्ति है ना. When we say निष्काम कर्म योगा, ज्ञान योगा, अष्टांग योगा, उधर भी भक्ति है ना. Wherever there is little bhakti, don't go. Don't go there. Yeah, why not? Yamadutas should not go that side only. Wherever little element of bhakti is there, Yamadutas should not go there. Even for them also. They should not. Free from Yamaraj. Whether they attain mukti or not immediately, that is a different thing. Mukti ke liye they have to work hard. But at least even little bhakti, they are saved from going to Yamapuri. That is guaranteed. Heavenly.
So they don't have it. That means doesn't mean that Yamaraj
That too primarily human beings. Yeah, this is a good question. I was also thinking like that. Since we are living in Bharatavarsha, the Vedic literatures which are given to us are exclusively meant for Bharatavarsha people. Whatever Vyasadev compiled, these are exclusively meant for Bharatavarsha people only. So in that, whatever has been written, as per Bharatavarsha people have to follow. As per that, we need to live. And same Vyasadev might have given much elaborated version of the Vedas and Puranas and Ityasas to the Devatas and others. And whatever rules he has mentioned in the scriptures will be applicable for them. Okay. Whatever punishment has been designated in 5th canto Bhagavatam or Garuda Purana and all, is applicable for us and we need to follow accordingly. So since we are living here and here karma has seen very minutely, since it is karma bhumi, every activity that we do, it is minutely observed. In other places, it is not so much observed because they are all on elevated platform. A elevated person is not subjected to lower rules. Even in Mahabharata, there was a story. So who can be punished? So at one time, there was a test conducted between Duryodhana and Yudhishthira Maharaj. Who can become crown prince? Yuvaraj. So there are the Vidura brings 4 people. One from Brahmana community, one from Kshatriya community, Vaishya community, Shudra community. It is said that these 4 people have killed a person. What punishment should be given to them? Duryodhana said 4 of them should be hanged immediately. Then everyone was, if he becomes king, what will you do? So then Vidura asked Yudhishthira, yeah, you tell me what punishment to be given. So Yudhishthira said that Brahmana should be left free because he knows if he has committed a crime, he knows what kind of punishment is awaiting for him in the heaven, in the hell. So he will actually undergo atonement and the severe austerities here itself. He willingly will go through the punishment here so that he can avoid punishment in the hell. He should be let free. Kshatriyas do not have any jurisdiction over Brahmanas. Brahmanas should not be punished by Kshatriyas. Then for a Kshatriya, invite him for a war, for a battle. In the battle, kill him. So in the battle, if he killed, he will be freed from his sin, and he will, since he is killed in the battle, he will attain Swarga, heaven, at least for some time. And for Vaishya, wealth is more than life. Take away his wealth. Leave him because wealth is gone. He will die 100 times than a normal death. And for Shudra, he cannot understand all these things. Should give physical punishment. Only physical punishment will teach him. So like that, Yudhishthira Maharaj says. So it is like that. They will get karma. That's what they are like Brahmanas. Our rules, we don't apply them. Even if they do some mistake, they know what is the remedy, they'll follow that. They are well educated, well informed about all these things. They do the needful. So we should not apply our rules upon them. But if you again approach the devotees, then you will be crushed by the club of the Lord situated in the hands of Vishnu Dutas. We, including even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the control of Lord Brahma, cannot punish them. Lord Shiva is the time personified. Lord Brahma also has a lifespan of 100 years. Even though Brahma want to live afterwards, he cannot live. Lord Shiva will do Prakritika Pralaya. Lord Shiva is the time personified, is the Pralaya personified. So Lord Brahma cannot do anything, Lord Shiva cannot do anything. Who are we to do something upon the great devotees? So
Hare Krishna.
Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam. Pure devotees means those who are on the path to pure devotion, who are aspiring to become pure devotees. Aspire to become. Will become na, one day they'll become na. If not this life, next life. They will not go to Yamaloka. They will die, again take birth in the devotee family and continue bhakti from there. They may die 100 times, but they will not go to hell. It's okay. Since they are practicing, they will not go to hell, and they will not go to lower species also. They'll get second chance. In Ajamila's lifespan, 12 years are remaining, so he got 12 years. So in our case, lifespan is done, but we get a new life, new full life, full quota of life. So one can practice bhakti. So this is the last verse. We'll close now with this verse. Because on the positive side, visa, negative side. What type of people should we bring to you? Bring the non-devotees. Then Yamaraja says, who are the non-devotees? So now Yamaraja says, Tananavadyamasalto vimukan mukunda Pada Ravindamakarandara Jasram Nishkinchanai Paramahamsa Kulera Sangair Justad grihe nirayavartma nibaddha trishnan. I will only read. Bring to me the non-devotees, thirsty for household life, the path to hell. Matlab, Grahamedi. So in that way. Who are opposed to the taste of honey from the lotus feet of Lord Mukunda, which are served by the devotees, detached from material life, who are practicing pure bhakti. So those who are away from material happiness, those who are practicing bhakti, or those who are already practicing pure bhakti, don't bring them to us. Don't bring them to Yamaloka. Other than that, rest all you can bring. They are averse to the taste of honey from the lotus feet of the Lord and the method to attain it, the Bhakti Yoga. Those people who are averse to Bhagavan and Bhakti, bring them. These persons do not practice Bhakti Yoga because they are opposed to Bhakti. They have no desire for the taste of the Lord's sweetness. They only taunt devotees. They only taunt those who practice Bhakti. They don't have any desire to practice Bhakti. Such kind of people can be brought here. No problem. What is the taste? What is the taste that they do not have? It is served by persons with devotion. The principle means pure bhakti. So basically, what is the taste? The taste is the desire to serve the Lord, desire to please the Lord. That these people do not have. The non-devotees are greedy for householder life, which leads them to hell. So in that way, those people who are after only material happiness can be brought to Yamaloka. Those people who are aspiring or who are tasting the happiness of serving Lord's lotus feet should not be brought to Yamaloka. So, like that. So then Yamadutas ask, how can we understand that those people who have taste for Lord's lotus feet are those who are already tasting Lord's the nectar of Lord's lotus feet? How do we understand? Yamaraja will say in the next verse. So that we will discuss next week only. We'll stop here because anytime Maharaj can come, you try to find out some place to sneak inside. So Hare Krishna, thank you for joining, and we'll continue the remaining verses of this chapter, and the next we'll start next chapter in the next week.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.